Hey everyone, it is Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. I am good. Just back from K-State basketball, Bramlage Coliseum. They played Saturday afternoon against the Cleveland State Vikings. And I would say that Kansas State didn't play very well based on some statistics. But the difference between this year's team and last year's was on full display in this game. The biggest difference, well, I'll get to that in a second. First, a reminder to please subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, and leave those comments. Appreciate you feeding that algorithm for us. Well, K-State did win 77-64. They led by as much as 20 in the second half. And here's what's amazing about that outcome. I noted that after their first game, they had fewer turnovers than they did in any game last year. They had 9 the other night, and 10 was their season low a year ago. Well, they had 16 against Cleveland State. They were sloppy. They didn't play well. They also didn't rebound well. K-State ended up with like 26 rebounds in the entire game. And they gave up a lot of second chance opportunities to Cleveland State. They scored 64 points. 18 of it was on second chance points. 25% of those points would have been closed out if they had closed out the rebound, but they didn't. Now, why is their rebounding total so painfully low? It's because this team, unlike last year's team, can make shots and make them in the bunches. Even when they're not playing well, there's so much talent and a depth of talent that players can come in, be fresh, and start scoring. Well, I don't know why they didn't play great defense and why they had too many turnovers and they rebounded like doo-doo, but they can still win easily. They shot 58% from the field for the game. They shot 53% from three-point range in the game. You want to know why this team's going to go someplace? It's because they could just flat out score you on a night when they're not playing very well. Now look, they have really good defense as they set up in the half court. And in fact, Jerome Tang said after the game, their first shot defense is absolutely amazing. They're going to hold a lot of teams to low scoring totals because of that defense, but not if they give up the offensive rebounds. So that is a concern for this team going forward. Can they prove that they can consistently keep other teams off the boards? Because, bluntly put, they got outworked by Cleveland State at times. Those guys played awfully hard. They were not a bad team. They just couldn't match the scoring of Kansas State. There was no way they could match that. When Brendan Housen is going to shoot that well from three-point range, I think he was 6 of 9, 6 of 8, 6 of 8. It's going to set a tone for this team. And the tone was, hey, you can get those second chance points, but I'm going to stand behind this three-point line and score. They had 10 three-pointers in the game on 19 attempts, and they just shot the cover off the ball most of the rest of the game. So this Kansas State team has some tools that will help them not only win close games, but not put fans through painfully poor performances in which they have to go to overtime against teams much the junior of the Kansas State Wildcats. This team is legit. Now they have to put all the parts together, and that's what Jerome Tang is aiming to do. They're off until next Thursday when they meet LSU at Bramlage Coliseum in a women's-men's doubleheader. Hope you can be there. Should be a really good night of basketball. And some cool stuff going on at the game, and I was honored to be a part of it.